Water on the counter. It's not empty. There's water on the counter.
You
Yo.
about ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Yo.
Welcome to Blues Out. On a little late 5:30, but it's cool. This might be a good time to start, man. Who knows? But what's good with you, Cole? We
I'm
missed you
good.
yesterday, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, missed y'all too.
Yeah, man. I mean, you was in the comments contributing. Um, everything was good. We actually had elevators was in there. I hope elevators show back up today. He has some real good stuff going on.
Right.
But before I get into all that, you know how we do. If you want to support, hit my Cash App, $Bluminati, or you can go to www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse. That's if you want to support. You could donate, you know what I'm saying, or you can donate questions, topics, all sorts of types of stuff like that. Do not hesitate. Um, I'm gonna get on to Buy Me a Coffee and try to figure out if I can make like a free where you can contribute for free without having to donate anything, just to try to liven up the show a little bit more. Um, but yeah, other than that, what we talking about today, Cole?
Let's talk about some of these movies we got coming out rest of the year.
XR, what's up, bro? XR in the building. Glad
What's
I'm
good,
glad you showed
XR?
up, XR. I know we're a little late, man, but glad you showed up. Glad you showed up. Yeah, let's talk about some of these movies, man. Let's talk about this later half of 2021, this later slate that we got coming up. 2021 movies, most anticipated. And has anything crossed your radar?
Let me pull up my little list here. I see all the Marvel movies. We talk about those every day. Let's see what we got. Suicide Squad comes out. What's the release date? August 6th, so that's not far off.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's gonna be a decent flick. What you think about that one? How you feel about the, I guess, remake slash reboot of that movie?
Suicide Squad. Yeah, is it? It's a remake, reboot,
Sequel, kinda. Yeah.
sequel, unrelated telling. I don't know. I'm actually excited for it, man. I didn't mind the earlier Suicide Squad. I really didn't. It was not the best of movies. Um, it was something because sometimes you got to try something, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Right.
you got to try something to see if it works. And I think that's exactly what it was. It was a setup vehicle. Let me see how we can try something. And I think what happened with that was that's exactly what it was. We was trying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how I feel about it. Uh they cut Ayers. I don't know if you want to call it a masterpiece, but they cut his project up a lot, chopped it up real, you know what I'm saying, to be suitable for the WB executives palette. And I think that was a mistake, but they were trying something.
Right.
Uh I think they tried to do something similar to that with Birds of Prey, and it just didn't work out. I think WB took way more control over Birds of Prey than they should have. But
Right.
all in all, yeah, I'm excited, man. I want to see if James Gunn can right the wrong, or I wouldn't say right the wrong, but straighten the ship to get the ship back on course with that IP. And when I say that IP, I'm just strictly talking Suicide Squad, not anything to do with DC or Snyder World, Snyderverse, just Suicide Squad? Can we get Suicide Squad back on track?
Right. I think they picked the right person to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just to see what he does with ensemble pieces, you know what I'm saying, with multiple characters,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, that for you to have to grow attached to, he does real good with that. So I mean, I feel like they picked the right director for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree. Totally agree. Um, let me see. Do I have a little list? I was looking at some stuff. Let me go down here.
Yeah, I got some more too.
Uh,
Uh
okay. Well, we can talk a little bit about. Okay, XR says he thinks Doctor Strange 2 would be the best movie this year.
comes out in next March.
Right. He says he thinks that would be the best movie this year. Um,
Nah, I don't think so. I think they got some other halfway decent flicks
yeah,
that
we
are
got a
coming
lot
out.
of flicks
Yeah.
coming out, man. I'm gonna tell you what I'm more excited for. I'm a big Matrix fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Me too.
I'm
I
really
want to
hyped
see how they're
about.
going to continue the
Right.
story.
I want to see how they're gonna change it up. Big Matrix fan. You have Neo the one, or is he the one?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He died, or they we know that they're bringing Keanu Reeves back, but is he playing Neo? Is he going to be playing somebody else? That's the whole thing with the Matrix, right?
Right.
We don't even know what this next uh
Right. There's nothing to go off of. It's a
right,
completely
right. It's
100% original story.
and the dope thing about it is they can do that, and I'll be totally fine with it. I don't think anybody. I won't say anybody won't have a problem with Neo. I mean, with Keanu Reeves not being Neo, but if they brought him back as just being Neo, and then there's another character that becomes the one, I don't think anybody will have an issue with it as long as it's
No.
done. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's how
I
I
could
look
see him coming back to being like, because he um he put like they put him kind of in with the like he never left the machine world. You know what I'm saying? Like his body never left. So I
right.
feel like he would be like how Smith was like an agent. You know,
Hmm.
so I feel like that's how they'll turn his character into, you know what I'm saying, the one kind of, the essence kind of comes, but his shell, that's what they'll turn into the next kind of like the big bad, I guess,
Right, right.
the main villain. That's kind of how I'm seeing it.
My bad. I'm laughing at XR comment about Cassandra Cain.
Oh yeah, they did blow that character to smithereens.
Yeah, they straight up mutilated that character, man.
Oh my gosh.
Straight up did her no justice.
Right, at all.
Just crazy. He says he also did not like Matrix 3.
Who
Uh
did? The
yeah,
story, the ending was weak.
it was a weak ending. They just relied on CGI. That whole, you know what I'm saying? It was like I think the Wachowski brothers at the time,
Wachowskis, yeah.
they were the brothers at the time. Now they're just the Wachowskis. Uh,
Yeah.
I think they even got bored with it. You know what I'm saying? I think they did one. One was good because remember they filmed 2 and 3 all together,
Back to back.
right, back to back. And I think they just got bored with the property, man. And I think they were just ready to go on to something else.
Well, the original ending tells you that they just, what I'm
Phoned
saying,
it in.
they were done with it. The
Yeah,
original ending was all the Smiths becoming like one big, huge, giant Smith
right,
for Neo to find. I was like, yeah, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they went with the ending they went with, but
right. Yeah,
yeah,
that's how you know that they had no. They were just like, man, let's give them a
we
business
don't know how to
idea.
end it, right? Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And but all in all, I enjoyed all 3 movies. 3
right.
was not good, but I enjoyed all 3 movies
All as a trilogy,
as a
yes.
trilogy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One will always be the better,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
but two to me showed that they figured out what they can do with the,
it
the
was a good
bullet time.
transition.
Right, you know what I'm saying. It showed me that okay, these guys are becoming into their own as filmmakers. That's what I saw from 2,
Right.
and then with 3, like like we just said, they kind of was just done with. Yeah,
Overused. Yeah.
it was kind of done with the property, and was just what they did after that was the one with Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry. What's the name?
Swordfish.
Swordfish. Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
did. They directly went into Swordfish after that. So
Right. And then they had, they have little movies scattered in here, but they never reached the level of the first
The
Matrix.
first one.
Yeah. Didn't they do like Jupiter Ascending? I think too.
Was it
Was
Jupiter
was it that
Ascending,
one?
or was it the other one with the other movie with Halle Berry and Tom Hanks? Was that them?
What's that one called?
Where they kept, it was different timelines. I guess they were being reincarnated, and they would have the birthmark that showed that they were still the same person.
Hmm. The movie
Elevators,
sounds.
what's up, man? What's up?
What's going on, elevators?
I'm gonna see right now. Let me see.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I just can't put my finger on what it's called.
Let me see what they directed. Lord, I'm not even gonna laugh at that picture. Oh man, that's funny. Let me see. XR says No Way Home will be dope too.
Yeah, that's the movie of the year, I
Yeah,
think.
that
Yeah.
probably will end up. I mean, the Spider-Man.
I mean, but that's the thing. You still got
Yeah, they did. Yep, they did both of the movies we talking about. Cloud Atlas is the one that I'm
Cloud
talking about,
Atlas. That's
and
the one.
they did do
Jupiter
Jupiter
Ascending.
Ascending. Yep.
Right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the fourth, man. I'm looking forward to how they move the story forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else we got here? I see Space Jam 2 that comes out next month.
Space Jam was trash to me. I'm sorry.
Okay,
kids.
right. Space Jam is nostalgic for kids, but
It
that grew up
is.
in that area. But
It is, and I
Michael
love
Jordan
Michael
is a
Jordan.
bad actor.
That was a horrible movie.
Right.
It was a cash grab,
It was
and
kids movie, straight up.
you know what I'm saying. And I'm not even I'm not mad at it. I never looked at that movie like, oh, this is the movie. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was not. It was a '90s. You know what I'm saying? Looney Tune. It was a 90-minute Looney Tunes commercial or Looney Tunes episode.
That's what I'm saying. It was a big cash grab. Think of all
Right.
the merchandise that's still
Oh
being
yeah.
sold today.
All the product placement in the movie and all of that. You're right. Yeah.
That was a big
That
cash
movie
grab,
was
man.
nothing but marketing.
And
Yeah.
but like I said, no shame to them, man. No shame.
Right.
What would I do? And why not redo it again if you can do it? You know what I'm saying?
See, but I don't think I think the sequel is going to be more of a movie.
No, I do. I agree.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be more
LeBron is a better actor than Michael Jordan could have ever been.
Well, Jordan,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He was. I mean, they asked him to be in the movie. He was. Yeah.
He
whatever.
did it. Yeah. Right.
I think, LeBron has a stake in actual entertainment.
Right. That's exactly right.
That
like
Jordan
in the movies, the few little movies he's done have been halfway decent.
He's produced television shows.
Yeah.
And movies.
He's trying to produce a Friday 13th movie.
Is he?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his little production company. Yeah.
I'm with it. But yeah, I'm not looking for this movie to be spectacular. Hopefully to just, you know what I'm saying? If anything, it'll be just a fun movie to go and see during the summer. Get to see, you know what I'm saying, one of the greatest basketball players to ever lace up and dribble a ball on screen.
Right.
They actually have some real A-list actors. You got Don Cheadle in it. You have I want to say Tiana. I think Tiana Ferris is in it. Monica Rambeau.
Right. I think so.
In it. And it's some other, you know what I'm saying, some other A-list actors showing up in this film that aren't just strictly like comedian. You know, like the last one, everybody was just comedian.
Right.
Not Dan Aykroyd.
Bill Murray.
and it was one more. The guy from Jurassic Park who died.
Oh, what's his name? Oh, Wayne Knight.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right. I'm not anticipating it, but will I check it out? Yeah, I have HBO Max, so
yeah. So that's where I'm going to watch it is HBO Max.
I'm not running to the theaters.
To the theaters to watch it. Let's see.
In the chat. Elevator says, No Way Home would be amazing if Toby and Andrew are in it. If not, we're all gonna look like fools coming out of the theater.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off, honestly. I'll tell you, did with all that they've done to hide every aspect of this movie,
And
if
then,
they're not in it,
yeah.
yeah, man, people are gonna be pissed. Like it's gonna be way worse than the fallout from WandaVision. Like
Oh
it's
man.
like tenfold, I think, because
Yeah.
everybody is putting claim into the fact that this is like a real life Spider Verse,
Right.
and the actors keep playing into it too.
Into it.
So
Mhm.
right, I feel like if it's not, people are gonna be very upset.
Yep. Yep.
That could kill Spider-Man.
It
Honestly,
could.
that
Yeah.
could kill Spider-Man in the cinematic universe.
It really could, man. Why you
Mhm.
saying that? It
Yeah.
really could. What about because I'm going through a list. What about Ghostbusters Afterlife? How do you feel? Do you feel that that will make up? I didn't have an issue with the all female led one. I know a lot of people did. I looked at it as a total retelling. You know what I'm saying? I know they had a couple cameos from the original, but I looked at it as a total retelling, and I like all those actors. You know what I'm saying? All four of the actors in it. But I know it didn't come off. You know, it didn't do its job. That I do know.
Well, you got to think about it like this: the guy who directed it, Paul Feig,
Mhm.
he's the same guy who did
Right,
Bridesmaids. You know what I'm
Bridesmaids.
saying? And all. So it to me, it just didn't feel like it. Feels like it was Bridesmaids, but Ghostbusters slapped over it. Or,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? What are the other movies he had come out? The Heat or any of the other
Yeah,
Melissa
yeah,
McCarthy movies. It seemed like one of those, but Ghostbusters was the
but
theme this
was
time.
yeah.
And it just didn't feel like a Ghostbusters movie to me.
No, it didn't. But
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, this is them cosplaying Ghostbusters, cool.
Right.
But I enjoyed the laughs in it. I enjoyed Chris 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 Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Right.
I
Because
thought
he's
his
goofy. He
right.
fits into a role like that.
You know what I'm saying?
He can be serious and be
Yep.
Thor, but
I thought that was real
yeah,
dope.
right. Yeah.
And I thought
See,
it was
I like the thought of Afterlife because it's gonna feel like a real sequel to the original. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the guy Ivan Reitman, Jason Reitman is his
funny.
son. That's right. That wrote and directed it. You know what I'm saying? The original guys are all going to be in it, other than Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis, that was
I
dope.
mean, it's one of those things to where it's like the nostalgia of this movie is going to sell it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be for people that have never seen a Ghostbusters movie, but they know the actors that are in it. Like with them casting Finn Wolfhard was huge because that guy's huge. I mean, I don't know how big he is now since he hasn't done anything since the pandemic, but
Right.
his wave might be over, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll ride off his popularity. Paul Rudd's still pretty
Yep,
popular,
Paul
so
Rudd.
right. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a good flick, and
Yeah.
it'll be a good passing of the torch for them to do future Ghostbusters movies.
Right. I mean, hopefully, and hopefully this does lead to getting, like you said, getting more future Ghostbusters. This will be a total complete reboot. You know what I'm saying? So we can get this
Right.
franchise on and popping again. But I do got questions. Is Sigourney Weaver going to be in it?
That's yet to be seen, I think.
I would like for her character to come back, because to me she was a Ghostbuster. She wasn't part of the
Right.
Ghostbusting crew, but she was in both movies.
Right.
Played a big role. And can we get the Keymaster back? Not the Keymaster, but the Gatekeeper. Which one was he?
Rick Moranis, yeah.
Was he the Keymaster?
I think he was the gatekeeper.
He was the Gatekeeper. He was looking
Right.
for the Keymaster.
Looking for the Keymaster, right.
Can we get
think-
Rick Moranis back, man?
I don't know. I think that Moranis might come back to acting for. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. I miss Rick Moranis, man. He's a staple of the 80s, 90s, that whole, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I just read his story, about why he stopped.
Right, yep.
I'm like, dude, that is huge.
It is huge. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't have to come back whatsoever, man.
No, man, you
That's
can
come back.
go out a legend if you ask me. Right. I've never seen, to me, growing up from that time period and seeing him in all of those movies, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
To me, he never did a bad movie.
Nah, I haven't.
He knew what he
He knew his role.
right, and he played it perfectly
Yep.
in every movie that he was in. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. He knew
right.
exactly
I
what
go
he
out on
could
top,
do.
Rick. You know what I'm saying? You'll always, you know what I'm saying? You'll always be on top to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this: would if Rick Moranis came back to do another maybe Honey I Shrunk the Kids or anything like that? Would you be in for that?
I mean, do you think they would do a movie like that?
Why not? I think why not? Because think about it. I don't have to put that in theaters. I could put that on one of these streaming services.
I would
Look,
watch it. I
look
would
at what
watch it.
Eddie Murphy did with Coming to America. What he got? Almost 300 million for that, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not? If Rick Moranis came back and said, "All right, I do Honey I Shrunk the Kids part whatever or whatever the name of the movie is," and Amazon or whoever offers him 200 million, 250, 300, why not?
Well, of course. I mean, that sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Right. Yeah.
Because people would see it, people would watch it.
Right. Right. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm looking at. And that could the thing is, I think Honey I Shrunk the Kids, that whole everything about that is kind of
could
fun.
transcend. Right, it could
Right, you know what I'm
transcend
saying? It
time.
it, it, it can keep going. They can spin off into an animated series. They can, you know what I'm saying? This a
Right,
lot of merch can be sold. Like it's one of those things that it would just work just because it works.
right,
That's how I look at it.
right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I would. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I can see it. I can see it for sure.
Let me see. Elevator says, I would be pissed if Toby and Andrew aren't in it, but I will absolutely hate if Charlie Cox isn't in it.
I don't think that's a deal breaker for me.
Mm.
That's not a deal breaker for me, honestly.
I don't-
Just because of the fact that I don't feel like there's gonna like for all the speculation that says he's gonna be on trial and all this jazz. I don't think so. I think that's gonna be an afterthought. I don't think he's gonna let like be caught to be on trial. I just don't see that happening throughout the whole movie. So that doesn't seem a reason for Charlie Cox to show up as Matt Murdock or Daredevil because I don't feel like there's going to be a courtroom scene. I feel like that's just people speculating, and you know what I'm saying, because of the ending of the movie. That's all speculation. I don't feel like we'll see that in the final movie.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would he let them catch him?
True.
You know what I'm saying? If he knew he was innocent and could prove it that he was innocent, why would he let them catch him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make
I mean
sense.
that's one of the issues that I had too. Like that.
About some of these leaks, they
Yeah.
just
Like
don't make sense.
who
Like,
called him? Who called him to have him turn himself in?
I feel like the movie could be them trying to catch him being on the run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And but I don't feel like it's going
Did,
to be
did somebody come in and talk him into standing trial, or you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, is that what Doctor Strange is there for? Somebody would have to come in and talk me into standing trial for something I didn't do.
Right.
You know, and I just don't see that happening.
Nope.
In you know in the real life or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that's not a deal breaker for me neither. It's not a deal
No.
breaker.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Elevators also says, I'm not really excited for Eternals. Everyone is hyping them up. The last thing I remember from the Eternals comics is that they were absolute crap. You're
It's going to
absolutely
have a
right.
twist, man, to push the story forward. It's going to have a twist in it to push the narrative forward. That's
Yeah.
why they keep pushing this movie.
Yeah, this movie is the reboot movie. I know everybody's talking about Doctor Strange and
Nope. This is them
stuff
to
like
lay
that.
a little bit of
Yeah,
foundation
this is
for
yeah.
right.
I call it the reboot movie, meaning it's some things out in the universe that we didn't get to show you because we didn't have the properties to them, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. This is our way to retcon, to bring some things in, to start new storylines. That's what the Eternals is going to be for. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, we might not even get a sequel for the Eternals. It might just
No,
be
it's going to be a one-off.
one off and everything spin off from this film
Mm-hmm.
going forward. That's how I
Yep.
kind of look at it. And I'm not I'm not hyped up about it neither. I read some of the leaks, which kind of really threw me. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like he just said, the Eternal comics, absolute crap.
Right.
Nobody, because it was it was it was Jack Kirby basically giving Marvel the bootleg fourth world. That's what Eternals is. So because he went over, he can't, you know what I'm saying? He went over to DC, gave it in the fourth world, came back, and they wanted him to kind of do the same thing. So he did the bootleg version. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's basically what he did with the Eternals.
Right.
And nah, it doesn't. I'm not saying the stories, it just don't hit. It's never been a huge seller. They don't hit. I'm not with it.
I feel like this is them setting up X-Men, bro.
Yeah, setting up X-Men,
It's
setting up
them to plant
beauty,
those seeds.
plant those seeds. That way
The
they have a
mutants.
foundation to go to. Yeah.
Right. Something they can say, oh, well, you can reference this, and this has been, they'll have some kind of Easter egg that's been in there that they can tie it in. They make those movies on purpose like that.
Yeah. Exactly. He says those writers aren't talented enough to write Daredevil well with those Spider-Man versions and all those villains.
Right.
XR be getting on them writers, man. Why you don't like the writers, man?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm scared of another thing. I'm scared of with the Spider-Man movie, like in all these leaks and everything, is like they keep talking about all the different villains and stuff that we're gonna see. We're supposed to see Norman Osborn, all this other stuff, but from what I'm seeing, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they say that Kraven is supposed to be in this movie?
It was rumored a while back about Kraven, but no actor has been
attached to it as Kraven, right?
And nothing's other than those rumors. What it was a couple months back, or I think it's damn near close to a year now.
Yeah, it was a while back when the movie was supposed to release initially, right?
We haven't heard anything, so I doubt. That's too much.
That's why I feel like all these leaks are kind of.
I told you what I think the leaks are. I think that's the way to keep things under wraps. We just gonna give out 5 scripts,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Leak. This one might leak. That one might leak.
And that's the thing. That's where I feel like they might have shot themselves in the foot, because if one of those scripts says live action Spider-Verse and it doesn't happen, and, you know what I'm saying, and all these leaks and stuff came out and it doesn't happen, I feel like that is very detrimental.
Yeah. Elevator says he says he don't know where he saw it, but someone living near where they were filming, there was a Daily Bugle news box with a small segment at the top saying that Hell's Kitchen lawyers defend Spider-Man. Okay. I mean, my thing is, I don't think Charlie Cox wouldn't be in it, but if he's not in it, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Exactly right.
That's all I'm saying. He says, I think they were to write in Matt. Oh, he says, I think if they were to write in Matt, it would be Peter and Matt meeting up and then Matt defending Peter in court without Peter being there. But I guess I want to know why they're meeting up.
Right. How are they introduced? How you know what I'm saying? Do you just set up?
And enough for him to trust Matt Murdock.
Right. Who are you?
So
that's what I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense.
XR says they don't know how to write dark, gritty, serious characters like that, though. They did it, but you like the Netflix. Those people were those weren't different Marvel people. Those were the same Marvel people that you have now. All they did was they consolidated Marvel TV into Marvel Studios, and they just did that last year, if I remember correctly.
Right.
But those writers and everything, it's still under one umbrella. If you understand what I'm saying, XR.
Right.
They got the talent to write dark, gritty. If you like the Netflix series, it wasn't Netflix writers; it was Marvel guys doing that.
Shut up, Pepper.
What other movies you got before I go back into the chat?
Let's see. Halloween Kills.
Ooh,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't watch this last one, and I need to go and watch it.
Oh yeah.
I am a big fan of good old Mike Myers.
I just went through and rewatched the whole series.
Yeah.
I just finished the last one.
How do you feel about how they changed Was it Halloween? Was it 3?
Hold on one second. Yeah, how it wasn't part of the
Yeah.
storyline.
Uh-huh. That's crazy how that, but they did a lot of movies like that back in the day. They would have a sequel that had nothing to do with the previous film. I don't know if you ever. Oh, go ahead.
What they did was they wanted to do a different story. They wanted the Michael Myers story to end after Halloween 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to end with him and Loomis dying.
Right.
In the fire, you know what I'm saying? And the third was supposed to tell a whole different story.
Right. What was that called? Witch's Night?
Season of the Witch.
That's what it was. Season of the Witch. Yeah. What about?
But yeah, I don't want to speculate on kills if you haven't seen 2018. Yeah.
That's why I was just about to keep it going because I hadn't seen it yet. I am, like I said, I'm a big fan of I love those classic 80s horror icons. I think that is a untapped source, even though we do keep getting Michael Myers films, and I think we're getting another Texas Chainsaw Massacre if I remember correctly.
Old Man Leatherface, yeah.
Those are two entities, two properties that they keep milking, and I'm glad that they, try to refresh them and keep coming up with different stories. The same can't be said about old Fred Krueger or Jason Voorhees.
Oh, there's reasons behind that. I mean, Jason keeps getting tied up in legal trouble, and they can't. I feel like they don't have a script good enough for Robert Englund to even think about becoming Freddy Krueger again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Until somebody has a script good enough for him to pass the reins or do one more movie, or because the reboot isn't going to work. Just doing a different story doing the same story with a different character is not going to work. Nah. They're going to have to continue that story and pass the torch to somebody else. Just like how, like another movie that's coming out, Candyman. Just how you know what I'm saying. I feel like they're going to do that in that movie. They didn't do the same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street before Robert Englund really is too old.
Really is too old,
right? I read a script about. You know what I'm saying? That about like a synopsis of a script that's kind of floating around that I don't understand why they haven't done this yet. Is, you know what I'm saying, of Freddy kind of passing the torch to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's written pretty good, and I like the way that they do the story. And they even said that Kevin Bacon would even be a good transition to the character.
Ooh, Kevin Bacon.
Right. That was Robert Englund's pick. That's his personal pick is Kevin Bacon.
Can he get? Are we gonna get? Because my thing is, Freddy Krueger and Spider-Man, they act the same way to me. They got the witty quips, right?
Yep.
That they do.
Yep.
Will that work with Kevin Bacon?
It could.
Yeah.
I have other actors that I think would do
Johnny
better.
Depp?
No.
He was in.
No. He was in 2.
Was he? Yeah, he was in 2. Yeah.
No, he was in the first one, and he was in Freddy's Dead. Yep. For me, I just don't see Johnny Depp being a scary Freddy.
Okay.
That's what I feel like they need to go back to is the Nightmare 1, Nightmare 2 Freddy, where it's just absolutely terrifying. Not the quick-witted, you know what I'm saying, quippy, you know what I'm saying, PG-13 Freddy Krueger.
What, didn't they kind of try that with the Rorschach actor?
Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah, didn't they try that?
I feel like he didn't do a bad job, but the makeup to me was atrocious compared to the original. And the writing was bad.
It was bad. They say they tried to make him look like an actual burn victim.
Right, and it just didn't work. It didn't work. Like it looked like he had a CGI mask on the entire time.
Yeah, and no disrespect to like Down syndrome people, but he looked like Down syndrome Freddy Krueger to me. That's
like I said, I no disrespect to the movie. I appreciate what they tried to do, but the story just falls flat without Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. If you're going to do a remake, but like I said, there are actors out there but they would have to change the story.
Yeah.
The story would have to be revamped.
What if they did a new Dream Demon? Like, just Freddy dies, we get rid of Freddy, and then we get a whole new story. Oh, and that Dream Demon, because remember they started telling the story how Freddy was the incarnation of a certain Dream Demon. I can't remember what movie. I want to say it was
Freddy's Dead.
Was it Freddy's Dead or was
it was the
New
3.
Nightmare?
Oh yeah, he was like a demon.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I'm with you. See, that would be a cool idea to kind of. Yeah, I could see them kind of doing that, going that way.
That way, yeah. Oh, they lighting it up in the chat, man. Let me see what's going
Let's see
on.
what we got.
I'll start from the top. Elevator says you could tell Doctor Strange 2 is going to be big because there's no set leaks, no writing leaks, and all we got was a pic of a warehouse. That's it. Be on the lookout. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I have a theory about that too.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there's no set leak and there's no writing leak because they've had to change the story.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I feel like Doctor Strange was. I feel like the reason they were going to do this movie was to do the setup for all the stuff that we wanted to see, and then it was like, oh shit, I don't think we're gonna go that route. So they changed everything that had anything to do with this.
Yeah. He says, remember in the first episode of Daredevil when they just randomly showed up in prison to defend Karen? Could be something like that. Yeah, but my only issue is, why is Peter in prison?
Right. Who put Spider-Man in jail?
That's
a regular cop.
Yeah.
Did he turn himself in?
Did he turn himself in? You know what I'm saying?
We need to know this part. If they just cut to Peter Parker in jail, I'm gonna be pissed off.
And
No, it's gonna ruin the entire movie.
Right.
Because there's story that we don't know.
And I'm seeing, with all the leaks, actual photos of them on set, I'm seeing too much Peter being free.
Right.
If you get
what I'm saying, right.
And happy free too, not like I'm fighting a case free on bail or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm chasing after the love of my life free. I'm kicking it with the homies free. You know what I'm saying? I'm
in the Sanctorum looking for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's where I feel like the movie will open.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something like that. Hey, everybody knows maybe Doctor Strange has some magic that can fix this.
Yeah.
I remember him from, fighting with him in space.
Space.
Right. Come on. That's a logical way to start this movie.
Especially with them having still kid brains.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I have an adult problem. Let me find an adult that can solve this problem for me.
Now, I like this. Elevator says he grew up reading Black Widow comics, so when I heard that Black Widow was coming out, I was really excited because of the wait. I'm not that excited anymore. I'm with Elevators. When they announced Black Widow, I was not excited at all.
Nope. Until I sat and thought about it.
My guy right here, Kobe, made me excited for this movie, man. Be excited. I'm gonna let Kobe say it. Kobe, tell him why you think this movie has more major implications for the MCU going forward than what we realize.
Well, I was watching the Film Theory episode where he talks about Black Widow and what he thinks the twist will be. And he was kind of talking about how some of the plot points. And then I was like, wait a minute. They're fighting Taskmaster. Mm-hmm. He, you know what I'm saying? His whole shtick is he can look at you and memorize your entire moveset by just watching you. How do you beat that? Knowing Black Widow, how they've set her up in the movies, this is what she does. She does anything to overcome, the situation. So I was sitting there, I was like, wait a minute. Wouldn't that be some like Russian spy type stuff, like a Russian spy type movie for them to do something like that? And that's when I just went wild with the theory. The fact that they're going to switch faces between her and Yelena, they're going to switch faces to beat Taskmaster. And that's the only way that they beat him. It's because, you know what I'm saying, it's to confuse him that way. I feel like that's the only way. And something happens and they stay switched. And Natasha is the one that's running around as Yelena right now. And Yelena is the one that dies in Endgame. That's the way I feel the story going. It just doesn't make sense for them to go back and do this movie and not have a twist like that.
Right.
What's the point?
Right.
I mean, I
Right.
get it to set up characters and whatnot, but the movie still has to have a twist.
Right. It because this isn't, to me, this isn't just to set up because they could have did that with the Disney Plus.
Exactly. It wouldn't have been no
right.
issue.
This is real deal. This is something happening. This is way more going on behind, whether it's behind the scenes or right up in your face. So when Kobe said that, man, it made me sit back and think Black Widow might be the linchpin to the MCU's this what are we on, phase 4?
Phase 4, yeah. Right. This is the springboard for phase 4. That's why all the movies and Disney Plus shows that had anything to do with Black Widow as well, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, they, you know what I'm saying, we were supposed to get that after. We were supposed to know who Contessa was already. We were supposed to be like, oh shit, she showed up here too?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Right. So, but you know what I'm saying, they reworked everything, and I feel like this is where they have to really like come correct in these next couple movies. Nah, dog, I already told you how he loses to Natasha. I already told you. That does, you know what I'm saying? That's how they make these movies. All these movies have a twist. If you can figure out how Marvel is doing their twist, you know what I'm saying, that you got it. Like, even like looking at like Shang-Chi, I watched another theory about how, you know what I'm saying, they're going to try to introduce Fin Fang Foom in Shang-Chi. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it makes sense. Like, oh my God. Like, okay, when you watch how Marvel twists these movies anyway, yeah, it makes sense that that's what they're trying to do.
I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad you brought up Fin Fang. How do you think they're going to introduce him? Just real quick, I just want to ask, because I've heard couple things, couple theories, because we know he's just a shapeshifter. He just took on the shape of a dragon.
Right.
He crashed to Earth. He
right.
You know, one of the scenes they got, I think they called her the Dragon Lady.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's Fin Fang Foom?
Oh, that would be cool.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Like Aquafina's character?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fin Fang Foom.
That would be dope, honestly.
Because
that would be pretty dope.
He has taken human form before.
Right.
So what if it's that way? Because they're playing a lot in the Aquafina's character. Right?
Right.
What does the regular, I don't even know what I guess that was supposed to be his best friend. She is, I think, something like that.
Right.
Why are they playing so much into her role?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because think about, let's use Ant-Man for instance.
Right.
We didn't get a lot of Michael Pena's being shown in the trailers and stuff like that. We didn't even, for the most part, we didn't even know Michael Pena was going to be in that movie.
Right.
His best friend.
Right.
Why is Aquafina being splashed in our faces like that? That's how I look at it. But, you know,
right.
I could be wrong.
Right.
Let's see. Elevator says, I don't believe Natasha is dead. With Black Widow starting off phase 4 makes no sense, especially with big characters like Kang and Adam Warlock coming. So they decided to start the future with a dead woman who had no future. That's how I felt. I felt the same way that you're talking right now. Why are they giving us Black Widow to springboard phase 4?
Right.
But like my man just said, it's a lot going. I think it's a lot going on in this movie. A lot. When he explained to me, or when he brought up Black Widow's hair color changing. Why did Black Widow's hair color change?
That's not like I said, that's not a minute point.
Yeah,
this is something. These people make movies and put stuff in the background for you that's blurry, that you're supposed to try to figure out what it is, and it's quick there for 2 seconds. Yeah. Why would they change her hair color for no reason?
Why did her hair color change?
For no reason. And they didn't even acknowledge it.
Didn't acknowledge it, like it was just
right.
Because normally You do something like that, somebody come in and say, "Oh, I like your hair."
Oh yeah, your hair looks nice.
Steve came
Nothing.
in and said, "Oh, nice hair," or whoever was
Nothing.
left after the blip, nothing.
Right. Nothing at all. That's why it's like, okay, like either nobody knows or everybody knows, or you know what I'm saying. However, but I feel like that's just, it doesn't make sense
But
for it to just be a minute
anybody
point.
knows. I think like you said, Natasha is Yelena. This
Right.
Natasha that we got that went and jumped off, even
Right.
though it's the only major plot point is what Red Skull said, right? Now, my thing is she didn't know her dad, right?
Right.
What if they're all clones of each other? This is because if I'm correct, in the comics, weren't they clones? Or they were genetically similar to each other?
Right.
So
all
if they all have the
genetic
same
enhancements, yeah.
father, then he would say that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If Natasha and Yelena, they might not have the same birth mother, but what if they have the same birth father?
Right.
Then that would make sense. Hint Red Skull saying that.
It sure does.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. And that's something.
He says, "Oh, about her hair, she dyed it in Infinity War because she was on the run. They were looking for a redhead, and she dyed it. And then in Endgame, her OG red hair was coming back, and she never changed it." No,
you're confused. That's what I'm saying. If she would have dyed her hair, that would have been in Civil War. Right. Not in Infinity War. Right.
Yeah. It wasn't. Remember, they was no longer on the run.
Right. In Infinity War. Exactly right. They were no longer on the run.
So, and she had in Infinity War, she had regular red hair.
Civil War.
No, it was Endgame where her hair was changed.
Right. That's right.
Endgame was where her hair changed. Remember that. So you have two movies that have passed. You have Civil War, which if you want to say she dyed it, but her hair was not dyed then.
Right.
And then Endgame, I'm sorry, Infinity War comes. They have Thanos wins. And then the 5 years go past and we get blonde hair Natasha.
Right.
And this, I might have it wrong.
Yep, right, because I'm pretty sure the hair was blonde in Infinity War.
Yeah, it might be. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that it's blonde in Infinity. It's blonde after Civil War.
Right,
because Black Widow takes place after Civil War and before Infinity War. Yep, and the hair change happens during right at Infinity War. She comes into the movie with blonde hair.
Look at that. As soon as I start doing that, it says that hair came up.
I'm not the only person that's thought about this, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. It's a pretty, it's kind of airtight because if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. And when everybody sees it, they're going to be like, oh, shit, I should have saw that. But, I literally had to think about it wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense.
No, she had red hair in Civil War.
Exactly. In Civil War, she had red hair, and then she had the hair change in Infinity War.
I looked up the wrong thing. Yeah, red hair in Civil War. Let me see what it was in Infinity War. Okay, you know what? Let me show this. They have it. They got the whole transition right here.
Right.
Let me share this.
Because she cuts it in one of the movies. Yeah. She cuts it in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Not Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That's when it's cut for the first time. Because it's no. Okay, it's cut in Avengers. You're right.
Mm-hmm. So we got Iron Man 2, Avengers, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, Civil War, and then Infinity War.
Boom. That's it. Nailed right there. That's dead to rights, dude. Yeah. Right. It's right there. It's in front of our faces right there. And Kevin Feige's going, nobody's found it. Nobody's posted that line. Right. We got it right here. I'm telling you, right.
Yeah.
It's right there.
He says, let me see. Know when her Steve and Sam shows up, she has short blonde hair. Then in Endgame, her roots are red and bottoms are blonde. Nah, man.
Nah, dog, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Go back and watch them.
Let me see. He says, also forgot about talking about movies. Let's talk about Nat's hair. My bad. You're right, man.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, that's another movie coming up, and that's a twist, man. Like I said, you heard it here first. Once they reveal that in the movie, you're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Right.
All right. Well, let's change it out. XR says, imagine an R-rated Electra TV series with a young actress who is a real martial artist and is very fit. Not mad at it. But where are you going with that, XR? Imagine as far as what, like,
Did I see that?
Good? Like, yeah. Would I watch it? I mean,
Depends on who they casted. Depends on, I mean, a lot of things.
Electra's not a bad character to run with, but do I want to see, like, even when that Electra movie came out, did we want to see that?
No, not Jennifer Garner.
I'm just mean the character of Electra anyway. Do we want to see her have her own? Not saying it would be bad. I mean, I'll watch it, but I think it's other characters. I think she serves well the role of being that side character.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand what I'm saying, like, not that she's a bad character, but I just think she serves better being a side character. To me, anyway.
Ready to keep going through some movies? I got a couple ones.
Okay, let me finish up Elevated. She says she changed it because she was on the run. She helped Steve Bucky escape, but now she's a criminal.
Go back and watch them. They're all on Disney Plus. Go back and watch them. You're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I'm wrong." I'm telling you, dude. Go back and watch it, because if you know she wasn't on the run in any of those movies. When she did her dirt with, you know what I'm saying, exposing Hydra, she had a changed face anyway.
Yeah.
Go back and watch them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're mistaken. Yeah. She wore the tech that changed her face.
To quote Sam Wilson, it's in the reaction movie. I mean, true, but that's not what happened.
No, I'm telling you, right.
And XR, I totally agree. She is a badass in the comics, but she's not the best assassin in Marvel.
Nah.
I can name one I've ripped who's better than her.
Chameleon.
I was gonna say Mystique. Oh,
true story. Yeah.
Mystique's a better assassin.
Yeah, Mystique always gets her mark. Always.
So
yeah. Next movie coming out.
Yeah, matter of fact, Taskmaster is a better assassin.
Right. Deadpool, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Elevator says I'm so confused.
I'm telling you, go back and watch them. I'm telling you, because I said the same thing at first, and I was like, "Wait a minute." I went back and watched them, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's right."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else I got as far as movies?
Candyman.
Oh yeah, Candyman. Because we got two they did Candyman 1, Candyman 2, right?
No, there's 3 of them.
There's 3?
Yeah, there's Farewell to the Flesh and Day of the Dead.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch the 3rd one. I'm excited. This has been pushed back almost 2 years now, though, right?
Oh yeah, since
almost 2 years.
No, just 1 year.
Just one?
It was supposed to come out last August.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, last June, I think, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Not that they're brand new actors, but you're seeing new faces, and that's what I like to see, especially black faces, new black actors, or because a lot of people don't understand a lot of people say Chadwick Boseman legacy. You have to understand his legacy, where he came from. He was taking roles, you know what I'm saying? He was just working, you know what I'm saying?
Grinding.
And if you don't have that opportunity to work or to have your face shown or your art, dude, you do shown, then you're not going to get up to that point to where we respect that legacy so much.
Some of the best actors don't even make it that
Don't
far
even
because
make it that
they
far.
can't even get out of the right.
You know what I'm saying? So I love seeing building blocks with these actors. He's first place I saw him in was in Aquaman. I might have seen him earlier, but him playing Black Manta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's my first place I saw him in, and I think he can go far. I think he could be one
He's
of
a good
those,
actor.
right? Those new interchangeable, and when I say interchangeable, meaning take any role. You know,
Right.
think of how Will Smith did it. Think of how like we just brought up, Chadwick Boseman did it. Think of
Right.
Denzel Washington, to where I can play multiple types of characters. I can do action, I can do comedy, I can do hella drama. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to it. And also, it's Candyman.
Right.
Candyman
Right.
has got to be one of the most horrifying pop culture horror icons that we've gotten in a long time, right? He's
I
up
still
there.
know people to this day
Yeah,
that won't go in the bathroom and say that
say
shit
that,
5
right.
times.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's up there in the pantheon of horror film icons with
Right.
only 3 films.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Freddy, Jason, even Chucky. They've up towards what, 6 films?
At
with Chucky?
least. At
You know what I'm
least.
saying? Halloween, like we
To
just
be
talked
a
about Halloween.
franchise, you have to have at least 4 or 5.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got this guy
With 3
with
movies,
3 movies.
2 of them being bad.
Yeah.
The
Low
first
budget.
one was the only really good one.
Mhm. Yep.
And that was based on Tony Todd's acting
Todd's
and that
acting, yeah.
voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. They built a movie based around that guy. You
So,
know what I'm saying? The character, and he played the character perfectly. So,
mhm. Yeah, I'm excited because I just want to see the franchise resurrect.
yeah. Me too. Me too. And hit the 21st century.
I got
What you got?
Maverick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I have to respect anything Tom Cruise does. He does all his own stunts. I mean, I mean, I can't. I don't even have to like him as an actor, but I have to respect him. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody doing movies what Tom Cruise does. Like, he's on a totally different level.
I've been a fan of Tom Cruise. He's one of those who probably should take or not take some roles that he's taken.
Yeah.
He's an actor's actor. That's the way I look at it. He's gonna work. If you provide him with the work, if you get him intrigued enough, he will work. I think he's been on a roll of late. Even to me, The Mummy, he wasn't bad in The Mummy. I just think the
movie was bad.
Right, movie.
That was a studio movie.
But yeah, my thing is, what the hell is me? I'm ex-Navy, so I know how the Navy works. Why the hell is he still flying planes? Is my issue. Why haven't they kicked him out of the Navy yet?
I think that's the whole premise of the movie, is the fact that it's like, wait a minute, why are you still doing this? Isn't he like a 1-star?
If he was, what was that, 85, I think.
Yeah, so we're talking 30 years here.
They wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't even think they would even let him. Nah, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't be enlisted anymore.
Well, he wasn't enlisted. He was always an officer.
Right.
And
but I don't think he would be.
He wasn't flying.
Right. He wouldn't. He'd be a bureaucrat at this point.
He should be an admiral somewhere.
Right.
Overseeing the Top Gun program or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly.
So that's what I want to see. Why is Maverick still flying? Why is he still a test? And it looks like he even gets into some action. So I want to know why is
right.
If anything, he should be a test pilot, right?
Right.
Why is he flying and doing missions, doing sorties and dropping?
Right.
What is going on, Maverick? Why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But did you see this is what's dope about Tom Cruise? Not to call out the actress who played alongside him in the original Top Gun, but they are far in between of upkeep.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect and no shame to her. You know what I'm saying? She still acts, I think, if from what I understand, and she's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
look and feel how you want to feel. It's just, to me, Tom Cruise seems like he doesn't age, or his age. You know what? He hasn't taken the since we talk a lot of comics, he takes the Infinity serum, the one that Nick Fury took that slowed his aging.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that they, you know what I'm saying, that I thought they should have brought up in the MCU films is Nick Fury having the Infinity formula. Because I think Natasha, that's what she has also. A derivative of that. But you know, it's
Right.
the MCU. They pull and
They
and
do
push.
whatever they want, right?
But yeah, Maverick, I want to see how they pull that story off. Let's see
Okay.
what else we
Okay.
got.
Quiet Place Part 2.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say that, man. I Quiet Place was dope. I really enjoyed it. My only issue with the first Quiet Place was all this technology worldwide, and we couldn't figure out that the
Like,
aliens
right.
and how indestructible are these things? I guess that's my issue too. You mean to tell me a plane with Sidewinder missiles couldn't kill these things? You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me
Black Box. Or,
right?
you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
It couldn't take these things out, bunker busters. Why have these things taken over
Right.
the world?
Right.
And it doesn't even seem like it's a lot of them.
Nope. It seems like there's a handful of them, and they're very, very, very good hunters.
Right. So I guess that's my issue because it looks like the world has shut down because of these creatures, right? And I'm like, just can't believe that one. But it's a great movie.
I'm gonna tell you something about that. My problem with a Quiet Place.
Mm-hmm.
A Quiet Place and Bird Box came out right around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly couldn't derive the two between each other. One was sight, one was, you know what I'm saying, noise. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute. At first, it was neither one of them left a long enough impression on me. Like I said, at first, I even confused the movies because they had such close of a premise. You know what I'm saying? Not until watching both of them, then it was like, okay, now I know the difference. But it was like, yeah, these movies didn't make a lasting impression on me. I don't understand. Like you said, to me, that's a plot point or a plot hole.
Plot hole, yep.
Yeah, so how can I say a movie is so good when it's got so many plot holes?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with them having a baby and these things being attracted to sound, are they going to have a fireworks display every time the baby starts crying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of the plot holes in this movie just really didn't make sense to me. And that's why it's kind of hard for me to say that it's as good as everybody else makes it seem.
I think what made it good was it being different. Like, okay, if you go see this movie in theaters, quiet, like it's dead silent in here, right?
Right.
And then the anticipation from something's about to happen. And boom, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those types of movies.
Right.
Normally when we get a horror film and we get that anticipation,
it's loud, there's music, all that.
Music. This is quiet. It's quiet.
Right.
Dead. You can hear a mouse piss on cotton. It's so quiet in there, man. And then when something happens, it makes you become part of that film. And I think people are saying the movie was so good because of the experience of that. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, the movie was good. It was a good movie. It was a good watch, other than the plot holes. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good watch. It's good. It's rewatchable to dissect the plot holes, right? Now with The Quiet Place 2, I don't know if we needed a sequel.
That's what another thing. I'm just not. I'm not understanding why the sequel, other than hey, the first one was a sleeper.
Right.
Let's capitalize on it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like John Krasinski had a good idea, but like I said, Bird Box came out at the same time. It was almost the same movie. But
I got a theory for that because it's been Hollywood does that. They, like you said, Bird Box, Quiet Place. what it was, White House Down, and
And then Eagle, no, what was has fallen. Olympus has fallen. That's what it was.
they what else they did? It was two disaster movies that came out together.
Geostorm and San Andreas came out at the same time. There was another one too.
But they do it a lot.
Yeah. No doubt.
A lot.
That's what, like I said, I don't have a problem with A Quiet Place. I just, like I said, I just don't hold it to the standard that everybody else holds it to, and think that it's one that is, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talks about how it was the greatest horror movie of that year or greatest movie of that year. I just disagree.
Okay, I'm gonna just name some stuff. I never watched this, but you got The Matrix and Existence. Never watched it, but those are two movies they say were similar. Armageddon and Deep Impact, 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Entrapment and the Thomas Crown Affair. I remember that. Those I thought were the same movies. Turning Hooch and K9 back in 1989.
Yep.
Ants and a Bug's Life.
Yep.
Spectre and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. So that's the 007 one.
Yep.
Liberty Stand Still and Phone Booth. I watched Phone Booth. I've never seen Liberty Stand Still.
Okay.
Zodiac and Curse of the Zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that had Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Zodiac did.
Yep. Despicable Me and Megamind.
Yep. Both by DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they made this almost the same movie. Right. That's a hedging of the bet, you know, because they can make those movies for cheap.
Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down. That's what we just talked about.
Yep. What you got?
Oh, okay. The Double and Enemy. I thought that was just one film. I was like, what? What is that? They did the two Hercules movies.
Yep.
Hercules and Legend of Hercules.
We've got about 3 different Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talked Eternal. Did we talk Eternals already?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked Eternals.
Oh, I got another one. The Conjuring 3.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be another big one this year.
Yeah, you said you didn't like it because they're taking away the practical effects and using more CGI.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't. When they try to expand on movies that are supposed to be grounded in some kind of realism, like the fact that Ed and Lorraine Warren were real people and all that other stuff, and they try to do, you know, to me that turns into more than just, you know what I'm saying, the story. It has to be a certain way for you to understand, like, how can I describe? I'm trying to figure out how I can say it. I feel like that's a grab for them, for that based on a true story thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's only loosely based on the true story. I'm just like I don't like that. I don't like that fact of trying to sell a movie. And that's what I feel like The Conjuring has been the entire time. Like, we didn't have to know anything about being based on a true story and none of that. We didn't need to know that for those movies to be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they do that to try to make these movies like how, you know what I'm saying, with the Blair Witch Project. They pushed that big time. And there was no realism in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So it was just marketing. And I feel like that's a cheap way to make money when it comes to a movie like that. That's a cheap way to market these movies.
Right.
No, and
you speaking on like the based on a true the found footage type
situation. Right.
Yeah.
It's just a trope that's kind of tired.
Right.
And I feel like it's been squeezed, and people have been doing it for the last 12 years exclusively, because it has been done before, but it's been real exclusive here lately.
I think and you're a horror buff. I think because the slasher film doesn't work the way
But
it
it
used to.
does.
I don't. No, I agree with you. I don't think
Right.
Hollywood thinks that it works the way that it used.
I kind of disagree with that too because
Uh-huh.
they still make movies like Scream. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
that's fair.
Scream's getting a fourth sequel,
Yeah,
but I feel like that's a movie that kind of it evolves with the times.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still at heart. If Scream's not a slasher film, then what is it?
Right. No, I agree with you. But
Right.
okay, let's take it like this. How many in the 21st century put all the slasher films? Because I like to look at B movies. To me, B movies tell what Hollywood is doing.
Yep.
If you look at B movies, how many slasher B movies is it versus found footage or movies like The Conjuring? Because I mean, after I'm gonna tell you what movie started it all off. I know a lot of people would like to say Blair Witch, and what's that movie? Yeah, The Ring. Blair Witch and The Ring, and then because they were taking those Japanese horror movies, redoing them in America, right?
Right.
You have Blair Witch, found footage, and they stopped found footage for a while until they went and revisited back with
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity. So boom, and then The Ring, everything became trying to make it, like you said, real. You have The Ring, you got the one with the mirror. What the fuck was that? That was pretty dope. It might have been called The Mirror.
Mirrors
Was it Mirrors?
with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, Mirrors. Yeah.
Mirrors. Yeah, I mean, so and that was a dope twist though.
The Ouija movies. You
Ouija,
know what I'm saying?
right,
All
you
that
start having movies like that to where
that are
it's
trying to be grounded in realism.
right, grounded in reality. Oh, and also then you started getting more possession films.
Yep.
The possession of such and such's possession.
Exorcism of Emily
Exorcism,
Rose.
right.
All that. Right.
Uh-huh. You started, so those films started matriculating down the line and started getting away from the slasher film, the slasher element, because if you go on horror, you type horror in right now, or you go to, let's say you go to Redbox, or you look up horror on whatever your streaming service is for new, it's all going to be only those three types of films. Whether, like you said, the based in reality, like a Ouija, or like a hunting. I'm gonna just call it a hunting, where you're hunted through something. Right. Then you got the possession films, and then you got either the found footage or just the based in reality type films. Right. That's the genre that we've been getting for the last, like you said, 12, 15 years. Slasher films. What was the last major slasher film that wasn't a B movie?
Major? Yeah, honestly?
That were
Happy Death Day 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making a comeback. If you really look at slasher films, they're really making a comeback, and it's the old style, whodunit style. That's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying, movies like Friday the 13th today could have a huge impact. You know what I'm saying? Movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, with the fact of like social media. How fast does Freddy Krueger spread with social media? Come on, like it's endless. The possibilities are endless. I mean, but we keep, like you said, we keep getting these same trash movies, and then it's like, well, maybe let's keep remaking movies that are old. No, you keep doing that too, and it's trash. You get trash upon trash upon trash.
What you got to do is you got to give a new horror icon.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while, and I feel like
in order to bring the slasher film back, you have to bring a new horror icon.
Have you seen Terrifier?
Is that the one with the
Art the Clown?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of have his little cinematic universe already. I feel like he might be on his way because he's getting a sequel this year too.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be like a motion picture, like a full length.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to get a theatrical release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And those are low budget films. You know what I'm saying? The director is also the makeup and visual effects guy. Oh, stop it, XR. That will never happen. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's the day that people riot in the street, bro. Like, yeah, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's why we aren't getting these movies, because people are not going to accept that. If they put that out into no.
I don't even know. How do you do a PG-13?
You can't. There's no way.
Because the running joke with Jason is he only attacks teens sexually.
Michael Myers too. Jason is okay. Michael is after sex. Jason is during and Freddy is before.
Yep.
Yeah. That's straight up, right? Yeah.
Like that, their whole thing revolves around teenage
sex. Right. Sin. That's right. That's how you get caught up. Is when you when you sin. Right. If you're being punished. Right.
If you're if you're not sexually active and you're a good person,
you get a free pass in these movies.
You're
the final girl.
Right.
Yeah, you're the final girl. Every time.
Every time. If you're not or sexy. If you're not sexy,
you got to be a prude. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, every time, man. He says everything is getting Disney-fied and watered down with PG-13.
Not horror movies, my friend.
Has always been, well, I take that back. Hasn't always been, but once it became the norm in the 80s, it became the moneymaker.
Right.
And that's the reason why you get a lot of why PG-13 is majority of the ratings. Remember, if you're mad at PG-13, you can blame one of the greatest directors and greatest writers in the world, Steven Spielberg.
Right.
He was the reason behind having a PG. Was it? Yeah, Steven. I'm gonna say it was Steven, but it was because of who did Gremlins? Was it Steven Spielberg?
No, Gremlins was oh, don't tell me. And I'm not even gonna look it up either. Gremlins was Steven Spielberg helped on Gremlins, but it was
he produced it, right?
Yeah, he was the producer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because the movie that he said that the movie was too scary for the kids that they were kind of pushing it, because this was a Christmas movie.
Yep.
He said it was too scary for young kids, but it wasn't scary enough for older kids. So they came up with a median, which was PG-13.
Right.
If I remember how the story was told, I could be misquoting somewhere. Let me look it up. Yep, the film was begrudgingly given a PG instead of an R. However, Steven Spielberg suggested that the MPAA consider a new rating between PG and R for more mature children and teens. The board agreed and created PG-13, which was first given later that year to John Mulan's war movie Red Dawn. So it was first given to Red Dawn.
Right. Yeah.
Patrick Swayze. So I thought it was Gremlins though, but Gremlins was PG-13.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. In my opinion, Gremlins is a horror movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He says horror movies shouldn't be PG-13 or watered down. What's the point of calling it horror?
Some good horror movies are PG-13.
PG-13. I think was Critters PG-13?
Critters might have even been PG, my friend.
Critters is like a classic horror, because the thing about horror is you can always do horror comedy, right? Yep. You can do that. Sam Raimi is the
Drag Me to Hell was PG-13, and I had no idea.
Was it? Drag Me to Hell PG-13?
Yes. And I that's one of his dopest horror movies, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole concept was good, and it was PG-13. What's the other ones he did? He did another one that was PG-13. And I was like, really?
Insidious is PG-13.
Yep, sure is. The Conjuring is PG-13.
Yeah, a lot of Exorcism.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, I'm looking up right now.
Quarantine.
A
Yeah.
lot of Poltergeist. A lot of these movies were PG-13.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, Drag Me to Hell, The Craft.
Yep.
Let me see, Happy Death Day,
PG-13.
The Cave, and The Cave was kind of freaky. The
Yep.
Ring.
Yep. That's
A,
why these movies had big audiences, because
Guest.
they could.
Uh-huh.
They weren't super bloody, but a movie doesn't have to be super bloody to be scary.
Yep. Critters was PG-13.
Oh, it's PG-13. Okay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of when movies first were going on, like horror movies were first getting prominent, the B movies were the ones that were rated R.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You get movies like Brain Dead.
Right.
Or Basket Case, or some shit like that. That's a movie that should be rated R.
Was Basket Case the one all they showed was the dude in the galoshes? What was that movie? He walked around in galoshes and he would talk about his shoes and they squeaked, but he was killing people with these crazy ass. He killed a person with a horse head.
That was Brain Dead. That was Brain Dead.
That shit was crazy. I remember watching that.
Yeah.
I think that was on USA back in the day, man.
Right. And USA used to be the dope for horror movies. You used to get to watch reruns of Tales from the Crypt on USA.
Yeah.
And the Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah. That's another show I wish they'd bring back. I want the 90s version to be remade. Man, that would be good TV.
But yeah,
y'all over
like that, those old school movies, those old school B movies, some of the best movies. I mean, with a lot of rewatchability, funny, you know what I'm saying? Some of them
right,
believable.
Just absolutely dope. You know what I'm saying? Just the storyline is so goofy that it's like, what? Like, but you just can't look away.
Right. I know you said you got to go on a few. You got any other movies? I was just looking at maybe F9, Fast and Furious 9.
I mean, I have my reserves about Fast and Furious movies after Fast 5.
Are you not a fan?
Well, I like them. I'm gonna tell you this: I like them, and I like what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But the hype is just too big. I prefer 1 through 5. You know what I'm saying? I prefer 1 through 5 as it to me. Before the spectacle was so big and all that stuff, the story made sense. And I'm a big time story guy when it comes to movies like that. But you get into these new ones, it's all about how can we top the one before it. Like, I tried to kind of maybe say, yeah, maybe they're not trying to do that. And then I watched Hobbs and Shaw.
No, they're trying to do that. And
then, like, when The Rock pulled a helicopter out of a plane while holding on the back, I said, wait a minute now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
As I watch them, I said, oh, they're making superheroes.
Right.
This is how we get superheroes. Like real life, you know what I'm saying? Because you start off with Dom and what you call his character?
Who? Paul Walker.
Paul Walker's character.
Brian. Yeah.
Brian. Regular Joes. Brian works for the FBI. You know, trying to be undercover. Vin Diesel is Dom, running a ragtag gang of
street racers and boosters. Yeah.
Family. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even want to come back for the second one.
Nope.
Right. Paul Walker does the second one basically by itself. They add in Tyrese, bring in Ludacris.
Right.
Some other players.
They sell that aspect.
They sell it. He shows up for 3 because they say 3 saved the franchise. A lot
3,
of people.
Well, okay.
It outperformed 1 and 2.
You mean
Tokyo Drift?
No. Okay. Fair enough. Tokyo Drift, because to me that's not 3. To me that's
okay. No,
to me that's like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
right.
I'm talking in the chronological
order.
Yeah,
I feel you. Okay.
So you have Tokyo Drift, and then you start seeing the ramp up.
Yep.
You start seeing.
Well, that's when Justin Lin took over.
Yeah.
And then he directed every movie since then.
Yep.
Yeah.
You started saying, wait, these guys, they go on missions? They were just robbing.
They were just convicts.
And
Right.
could barely hold their own against the trucker with the 12 gauge shotgun. Now they fighting
Right.
off.
now Dom is, you know what I'm saying, essentially a martial arts master,
Right,
you know what I'm saying, an ultimate street fighter, and he can fight, you know what I'm saying, Luke Hobbs, who's, you know what I'm saying, trained by, you know what I'm saying, come on, man, this don't make any sense.
Man.
And then, like I said, that was, for me, that's when they started to go,
but
like the quality of the special effects and stuff, yeah. Universal said, look, we understand you're the biggest movie franchise we own. We'll give you all the money in the world to make this, but the quality of the storytelling
went
down.
Let me say this. One of the best rides in movies. One of the best rides in movies, hands down. And the reason why I think that audience grows and grows and grows is because it's to the point to where they don't give a fuck anymore.
Nope. They have completely just, okay, well, we can make this movie as crazy as possible.
Right. And that's what I mean, not give a fuck. Not that they don't want it to work or they're calling it in or anything like that. They just, like you said, we got one of the biggest budgets.
Yep.
We're you know what I'm saying, we can do any and everything, then we're gonna do.
Let's just do it. Yeah, let's put it balls to the wall.
And when I don't know who it was in this last trailer, and I've been laughing ever since it came out last year, when he caught a car, I said, wait a minute. He was riding on a car, the car comes to him and he puts his hands up and he, you know what I'm saying? I said, okay.
Stop it. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, when I watched The Rock pull a helicopter out of the sky, holding on to a chain, and I'm like, wait, well, hold on now.
What did you see in this trailer with Vin Diesel?
Well, apparently they're getting ready to go to space. So
space. He's swinging cars like Tarzan.
Right.
Physics is all out
completely out the door. Gravity is long gone at this point. Right. I mean, shit. All logic is gone. In Fast and Furious. I mean, these people are pretty much magicians at this point. Yeah. Shit. Now you see me meet Fast and the Furious is what these movies are.
Yep.
Straight up. Like, these people do magic,
man,
with these cars.
But I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
I mean, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. It's Universal. They do big movies like that. It is what it is.
And to wrap it up real quick, Dune and No Time to Die with the
new Bond. You think they recast Bond after this?
Yeah, and I want to our next stream. If the topic I know we talked about it before the whole recast T'Challa. I want to do another stream on that because when you have entities like James Bond that's constantly being recast. Because he's not coming. He already said he's not coming back, right?
Well, I mean, I think
Daniel Craig.
I think they're either. Well, I'm pretty sure that 007 in this movie is not James Bond anymore.
Oh, okay.
007. There's going to be a total new 007, and it's going to be a female. Right.
But James Bond is James Bond.
Right.
And that's the issue with I guess with T'Challa when it comes to but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I do think James Bond, the actor or who plays James Bond, will be recast. Even though they might have a new 007, James Bond is timeless. He's been here since forever, and you can't just get rid of the
nope.
You just can't get rid of it, no matter what. Yeah, we'll give you a female 007, but James Bond is gonna be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can do two characters. They can do a totally different 007, right? And they can do a James Bond film that has nothing to do with MI6.
Right, because
you know what I'm saying?
He'd be his own operative at this point.
So that's easy money. And just call it James Bond.
And have them kind of team up every now and then, but at most point, they're rivals.
Because now they can do it. Everybody's looking to do universes.
Yeah.
Why not do a James Bond or 007 universe?
Right.
You see
What
the
happens to all these other faces when they retire from the moniker of James Bond? When they retire as 007. You
when
know
they
what I'm saying?
retired
Right.
007, I think they hinted on that, not with this last one, the one before was it Spectre?
Yeah.
I think they hinted on that with Spectre. If I remember correctly, because he was kind of talking in third person about. Because my thing is James Bond also an alias?
I think it is. I think
Yeah.
007 is the agent alias, and the moniker is just James Bond. They're their own characters.
Is the rank.
Right.
007 is
Right.
the rank.
It's the rank.
And
Right.
then the alias is James
Like the
Bond.
call sign.
Right. Yeah. So I could see it happening like that. And Doom.
I hope they keep it true to the book. Yeah.
Do you think this would have fared better as a series than a movie?
Yeah, because it's gonna be a long movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 3 hours long, almost 4 hours long. Yeah, I feel like they should have split it in 2 parts.
The 2 parts.
Yeah, keep people interested. But I mean, they've been doing 3-hour movies for a while here now, so it could work.
Yeah, no, it could work. It can most definitely work. I've been a fan of Doom, even the remake that they did a while back. That was strictly for TV. It's because it's a dope world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a dope world. So I'm here for it. But and they got an all-star cast: Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac,
right,
Jason
Batista.
Momoa, Dave Bautista,
right,
and Josh Brolin. I mean, if this film can't work, then WB just shut down.
Stop. Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I heard a little rumor about them today.
What you got?
That once Warner Media is absorbed by Discovery Plus, they're going to split them into multiple companies.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Somebody, once I saw that little exclusive or whatever, somebody tried to say that opens the door for Disney to buy DC, but I don't think that's even possible.
Disney's not in the game of buying nobody right now.
Right. Well, I don't think that's possible for what. Well, if they were in the game to spend money and buy somebody, they would have bought Spider-Man from Sony.
Right.
Right, and then just done their own thing. But I just don't see how they can own a monopoly like that.
It probably. Let's say they did try. Let's say Disney wouldn't have tried to buy DC. It'd be a lot of mad people,
right?
And legislature probably wouldn't let that happen.
That's what I was thinking. I just don't think they would. That's a monopoly, I would think, on the comic book market.
And it's not even good for comics.
Nope, it would be terrible for comic books.
It's not good for comics. I don't want to see Batman running around with Spider-Man. I don't want to. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I don't. I
want to see fan fiction of that. Right. I don't want to see it actually happen.
I mean, we've seen it happen. We've seen they did the amalgamation comics where they had Batman and Wolverine where they were one character and all that and stuff. And we get crossovers every now and then. Marvel versus DC. We get that stuff every now and then.
Right. I don't want to see it in a cinematic sense.
Even I don't want to see it in comics. I don't want to see it as canon.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want it to be part of the main storyline. You're exactly right.
It says Disney will ruin DC with their goofy, silly comedy and PG-13 rating. And I just
don't see it ever happening. Yeah, I don't see it.
WB is not letting go of DC. It's too much money. That's their money. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be silly.
Yeah.
To do. They've had DC forever. That's like getting rid of Bugs Bunny and all of them. Like, why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
That's their cash cows.
It's right. This is
how they make money.
This is an entity that makes me money hand over fist. Yep, these last couple films didn't work the way we work, but they still made us money. You know what I'm saying? Yep, the fans might be mad, but guess what? 5-10 years from now, we'll just give them another Batman movie, or even with this Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? Like
they'll just keep doing it. It'll keep churning it out.
There's no reason. WB shouldn't be panicking.
Nope.
Because if there's panic, that's stupid.
Right. You guys have the properties to make money. You have the tools to make money. All you have to do is use it.
Use it. You just have had a bad run. That's it.
Yep.
But there shouldn't be panic involved. Not with WB.
Not at all.
I understand what AT&T did. They bought something they thought that they can use to their advantage, and it didn't work quite the way that they expected.
So they just sold off a piece of it, and they still and they technically still own it. So right,
and still have controlling.
Right. They just want a different perspective.
You're right. Right. This is to get our name disassociated from WB.
Right.
That's all that was for AT&T.
And that was that was them going public with it.
Yep. That's all it was. But no, I wouldn't. If whoever said that this, because I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I would." You do not want Marvel owning DC.
Nope.
At all. You don't want Disney owning DC.
Nope.
I don't think Disney wants to own DC.
You want them to have that healthy competition.
Yeah.
Because they make each other better.
They make each other better. Yeah. Would I love to see Thanos and Darkseid fight? Sure. Yep. That'd be nice.
In fan fiction.
Or one-off. Yeah. But I don't want to see them crossing paths or working together constantly. And every time I pick up a book, I see Batman and Wolverine running, because that's going to get played out. It's always going to be Batman, Wolverine.
Very quickly.
I don't want to see that.
Right.
But yeah. Let's wrap it up, man.
Yeah, I'm good. Some exciting films coming out this year.
2021, the rest of 2021 slate looks to be real nice. Whether you're in for big blockbuster films or you're in for the art films, is that what it's called? Art films, I think.
Art house
films
and indie films.
Like 2021. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Go to your theaters, man. Let's support these theaters.
No doubt.
Let's try to. I know I said I'm going to see some of these things I see on HBO Max. Yes, I'm sorry.
HBO Max just made it easy for us.
Just made it easy. But if you don't have HBO Max, go see it in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Because it's some great movies. Some of these movies need to be. I know why Denis Villeneuve made a big stink about doing day and date coming out on HBO Max, because this movie needs to be seen in the
theaters. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So go get the impressive visual effects. Go get that sound thumping on your back, and you know what I'm saying? Get that, because it's right. Needed, man. Let's support these theaters. But, and also support the channel.
Right.
You can donate at www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse. And also you can donate at my Cash App, which is $BLUMINATI. That's Bluminati. I am Bluminati. That is Kobe, and we are signing off. This is Blues House. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here, man. Peace and love. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening.
Take it easy. Be safe.
That's right.